One, I can't believe we're still talking about this. I mean, there's that old saying, if he doesn't shit, you must have quit. So, feels like the statute of limitations is up on this one.
Of all the Spanish classes in the world, and he had to fart in mine.
Being someone really good at reading in Spanish, not to toot my own horn, can we cut that?
I remember that day like it was yesterday. Innocent me, sitting in Senor Feldberg's Spanish class. Just learning about the culture of Spain.
It was a pretty mundane day at Caruso Middle School. I mean, Senora Feldberg's 8th grade Spanish class was in the middle of whatever Spanish lesson.
On the day that the infamous fart happened, I was sitting in front of David to the right, diagonally.
I had a lot of nicknames there for a while. Fart Albert, the Windbreaker, Flatulence Nightingale.
I heard a loud noise from the other side of the room. I knew right away what it was. A fart.
In the middle of the lesson, Senora Feldberg pauses for a moment just to catch her breath. And out of this dead silence arose the loudest fart I've ever heard in a classroom setting. Like, this was comically loud.
Amelia Earfart. May the farts be with you. Some like it hot, wet, and running down their leg.
I heard a fart noise.
Louder.
Okay. What about this one?
Longer.
Finally, this one?
Have you ever heard a lonely whale?
Got the whole class's attention.
John the Craptist, Off the Charts, Langston Poos, Robert Flushit Downey Jr., Abraham Lincoln Logger, Carl Skidmarks.
I instinctively turned my head back just to see what or who could make such a loud noise. Was it a whoopee cushion? No. It was David Meyer in the back of the classroom, terrified.
My immediate reaction was, thank goodness it was on the other side of the room.
Roger Farterer, Pants Packer, which was a dual insult in Chicago as Bears fans. Floyd May Thunder, the good, the bad, and the smelly. Hold Me Farther, Heine Dancer.
I looked back at David, and he said, quote, "It was the chair." And I said, "It's always the chair, isn't it?"
I knew it was a fart. I mean, we all did. The only other option could have been a tuba player in the hall, but tubas are quieter, and they don't smell like sulfur.
We all knew it was him. We knew what he'd just done.
We all knew it was me, right? Gus Johnson, the Pooh Fighters, Stink 180 Pooh, Crime and Embarrassment, Dookie Howser, Vincent Van Go to the bathroom and don't come back. Even if it's like Douglas Tyson odds or App State, Michigan, it had to be worth a shot, or so I thought. So of course I blamed the chair. You would have blamed the chair. You would have blamed the chair too. The Taj Mahal, Dingleberry Finn, Gone with the Breaking Wind, Shart Simpson, Tootie and the Blow Ass. So earlier that year, someone else had farted in another class, right? And immediately goes, "Sorry guys, that was me." And we talked about it the whole year. I didn't realize that there was no right answer. Chance the Crapper. Crap and Crunch. I Put a Smell on You. Schitt's Creek, which later inspired a Canadian hit sitcom. Then I was ridiculed for saying it was the chair, when I would have been ridiculed for saying it was me. So, I mean, the real thing was I put myself in a lose-lose situation with the fart. Andy Warhol. Alton Trip to the John. Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Farter. Paul McFartney. Ella Fartsgerald, F. Scott Fartsgerald, Larry Fartsgerald. I mean, the fart was a fart. People think farts are funny. Middle schoolers really think farts are funny. Farts are funny. But then I made my futile, terrible, no good, very bad day mistake.
Still for the briefest of seconds before he dashes out of the classroom like a madman, full speed.
David ran out crying.
After I had said, it was the chair, I did what I shouldn't have done. I ran. The chair blamer, the godfarter, Fart Blanche, Humphrey BouleFart, the defarted, Kicks Farter, Poison Fart Frog, We Didn't Fart the Fire.
As he left that classroom, buried himself his own grave.
I left that room and went to the bathroom.
That was the last time I ever saw David Meyer. That is until the period ended. He came back in.
Smells angels. Born to have the runs. I can't get no olfaction. Foofernutter. Smelling out my back door. So I'm crying in the stall. But again, I'm so embarrassed by this moment. I've just farted in a class of my closest friends and my peers and the girl I have a crush on and other people in that class, I assume.
It wasn't even until a minute before class ended that he tried to sneak back in to grab his belongings for the next period.
He didn't come back to class until the very end after the bell rang to pick up his stuff.
When I knew that bell was going to ring, I walked right in there in the nick of time, grabbed my stuff, and I was gone. Bridge over troubled stomach. Bad vibrations. Make stuffs cry. Skunky foofster. Shitter Island. Stand not by me. Skip to the loo. But when I was in that stall, I wasn't thinking, oh, I should go back.
Miss Feldberg tried to calm the class down, and we were all laughing.
Gordon Lustig makes some weird sneeze noise, and Senora Feldberg responds without hesitation.
Wow, we're making a lot of strange noises in this class today.
And the class just sort of laughed, at David's expense.
Quote, today is just a day of weird noises. So it was, Senora. So it was.
All a fart. Life imitates fart. Yes, shit, Sherlock. Emancipation flatulation. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Rip Van Sphincter. If you fart and then you say, I have to go to the bathroom, and it's a fart that loud, and you exit quickly and you don't come back, people start to think things.
Oh yeah, we thought he pooped himself.
Think things like, you shat yourself. Flatulence Armstrong. Stinky legs. Stanky legs. Honey, I stunk up the kids. Chris Fartley. Fart the longest time. Whoa.
I was sitting in Miss Richardson's classroom crisscross applesauce when I heard the news. It was very shocking to me, to say the least. I didn't want to believe it.
I mean, how embarrassing. It was so embarrassing.
I've never felt so much secondhand embarrassment in my life.
I think it's something that he still thinks about every day.
When you're the father of an only child, you get to know your kids super well. Now, I'm a pretty deductive guy as it is. So when David came in crying and ran straight into his room, I thought to myself, something might be bothering him.
I hear it echo every day. Cross my fart and hope to die. Tanya farting. Am I proud of it? No. Did I handle it well? Also no. Would I go back in time to change it? Absolutely. Oh my god, can I? That's also no. Now we're back to no. Arrow shit. Simon and Fartfunkel. Grateful Dead, because they were grateful they were dead so they didn't have to smell my fart. I just hope that if I can make one person, one tween ager, one middle schooler more comfortable in their own skin after they just absolutely let one loose in their Spanish class. And it still probably wasn't worth it. Anus Moses. Pedophile, which is just totally unlucky that fart in Spanish is pedo. 2, if I can make 2 tween... No. It probably takes like 30 to 80 tweens to feel more comfortable in their skin after just knocking one out the back end in their Spanish class. 30 to 80, I'd say, to make it worth it. Chernobyl, Lucifart, Wendy Williams. But hey, one's a start. If I can make one more middle schooler just feel a little better after they've performed a one-man jazz band in any class. Doesn't have to be Spanish. No judgment. Could be social studies, natural sciences, language arts, which confusingly isn't foreign languages. That's just what we called English. I love the smell of rectum in the morning. Too legit to shit. The shit of habeas corpus. Crappy-go-lucky, Perry the craptopus. All I'm saying is, people fart, right? Everybody does it. I learned a lot about my friends. I learned a lot about myself. And I learned a lot about life.
Do you remember in 8th grade Spanish, sitting next to me, and I fart, and I get so embarrassed I leave the room?
Yes! That's what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Suzanne?
yeah.
Are you kidding?
Huey Lewis and the Poos, Nickelback, which wasn't a pun. People just thought they were crap unfairly. Alice Pooper,